Find the page.
It's the Villains Talk Show. With C4, Sara, Vike, Insanieac, Sir Jeremy, the Great Grease Goblin. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hello and welcome to the Villains Talk Show. I am C4. Always accompanied with Sara, Vike, Insanieac, Sir Jeremy, and unfortunately Great Grease Goblins at work. But welcome to Talk Show Wednesdays. Talk Show Wednesdays.
Wednesdays.
That right there.
You know what?
You
know what?
All of us feel.
You're guys. You know what you get from me. So you know what?
It's the Walk Show Wednesdays.
It is the Walk Show Wednesdays. Woo!
I can't. I'm not allowed to go for a walk. Not allowed to leave my property.
Oh yes,
Back in your
please
cave, Sarah.
tell us
Literally.
what's it like in modern quarantine?
What?
How are you living with modern quarantine?
Oh, I hate it. It's been a week. I haven't been allowed to leave my house. I have twice to go get COVID tests. That's great. Yay.
How does that thing feel when it scrapes up your brain? I love those things stuck in my nose.
The first one was like white hot blinding pain, but the two I've had since then have been much better. So
See, it's not that bad.
the first one was that bad. The other two have not been though. So maybe he just hit the wrong spot.
Maybe the nurse was like an asshole the first
No,
time.
he was really nice. I think he just got the wrong spot.
Maybe he's
exactly
nice, but probably still an asshole.
Under all that flaps of folds of skin, he was just pure rage boiling over.
Oh my god!
You
Please
were
tell
like-
me.
Has potential.
And
You
then
guys-
take that rage out on the
Have you guys seen Little Shop of
My
Horrors?
nose.
yeah.
He's
You guys
just like
see
the happiest little man on the outside, but inside he's just like
Little Shop of
There we
Horrors?
There we
Um,
go.
Little Shop of Horrors. The dentist.
I'm just really, really grateful that we don't live in an apartment and we have a backyard that I can go out to, because otherwise I would lose my mind.
You do have a nice backyard.
Absolutely.
It is a nice
What?
backyard. It is a nice backyard. I
never
ambushed your
seen our
husband with
backyard.
Nerf guns in that backyard.
You've never been to our house.
Yeah.
You've never been to our house.
Yes, I have. We went out for. Remember, I was there. You drove me out. We got Nerf guns. We attacked Young
That
when he
was-
showed up.
That was not this house. We
Oh,
have moved
really?
since then.
Oh, I'm
Yes,
so
you
sorry.
knew that. That was in Red Deer.
They pay attention. to
There's
things
no
in
way
this
you
shit.
drove me all the way to Red Deer.
Yes.
Because I went back that night.
Yeah, you did. It was weird.
Oh, and I took a cab.
Yeah, you took an Uber to Calgary from Red Deer.
That was cool.
Oh,
that was
that's
actually a nice
great.
Uber.
How much did that cost you?
Only like $40 now that I remember it.
Seriously?
I have good rapport with Uber.
There's no
That
way.
seems incorrect.
Yeah, it feels like it would be more.
You said it was like 200.
That's
Are you
that's like a 3
You know
hour
what?
drive.
You know what? You know what? I can check.
Are you losing your actual mind?
I'm looking right now.
He's full of rage right now, and the emotion is confusion.
This is his.
Well,
He's full
it
of
was a year ago.
confucius rage.
Speaking, great segue. Today's topic is rage.
John, it was May 16th.
Confusion, rage.
Rage.
It's Confucius rage. Confucius says, I don't understand.
Um,
I must express emotion fully.
something we all deal with in different ways. Some of us have blind rage. Some of us have crazy rage. Some of us have just rage. Road rage.
Rage. Rage.
I'm always full of rage. It's
Yes.
just simmering beneath the surface.
I am well aware you are
Thank
always
you.
full of rage.
I'm actually generally a very happy person.
That's what scares me the most.
Good. You should be scared.
I am not a happy person full of rage, and I am
The
scared of
day
you.
Sarah's unhappy, you have to appease the Eldritch Lahore.
Yes. Thankfully, it doesn't happen often.
With an angel of death.
Well, I mean, I like this topic because when I get mad, when I get into a rage, it's usually a blinding rage, and I have a slow anger. I'm very slow to anger, and so when I get mad, I'm mad. I'm really
Me
mad.
too.
Have I ever seen you mad?
Me? I doubt it.
I think I've seen you disappointed,
Yeah,
mostly towards me.
Yeah.
and a little bit cagey. No, I only get mad. I don't tend to get mad for myself. I get mad for other people. So if I see someone being mistreated, that's what makes me mad.
Wow, Sarah, that's how I feel when you tell me about your landlords. I get righteous fury. Righteous fury.
It was just the one. The rest have been great.
What about you, Insaniac? I know Sir Jeremy has tons of rage. We'll get to him, but exactly, we'll get to him. Let's move across the sea to Ontario.
I mean, my day of
not a
rage
sea.
kind of been slightly behind me. It's a couple of legs, but I mean, I used to be a lot more of an angrier kid when I would get mad, and I would get in fights, or like you're gonna cook in a kitchen, you get mad, and you'd go punch the frozen fry boxes in the freezer to get your stress out.
It's not a bad idea.
Sorry, what did you go punch?
When you went in the freezer and there's a giant hole in the fry box.
It's just fist marks in these boxes in the freezer.
Yeah.
Oh, Insaniac got mad again.
You walk in there and see all the boxes were stabbed the fuck out of. You're like, oh, somebody was there.
Fucking.
Yeah.
I permanently. I don't know if it can show up on the camera, but if you look on my hand, on my index finger, there's permanent bite marks along the knuckle and the finger. Because when I played games, I used to be such an angry kid, and I'd get so mad at myself, I'd literally bite into my finger to the point that I actually scarred it permanently. And now my left index finger doesn't actually work fully because I literally bit into the nerve. I got so mad. That's why I don't play professional video games anymore. I actually screwed my index finger because I got so mad as a kid.
That's terrifying.
I even remember what happened. I was playing a professional match of Counter-Strike 1.6, and I had just won a round by myself by getting 4 deagle headshots, and then my team shat the bed, and we lost. And I remember getting so mad at these guys who were 20, and I'm like fucking 16, that I just bit into my finger until it bled, and I basically bit right into the tendon. I was so mad I didn't even feel pain. I was so mad. I have gamer rage. That's why
I've been there before, I guess.
Oh, it's bad.
And
though.
chews on his fingers when he's gaming, but that's more of just like a not thinking about what he's doing thing, not an anger thing. It's weird though.
Wait, he chews on his fingers?
He does. He just like sticks them in his mouth and chews on them while he's gaming.
Does he like suck his thumb kind of thing?
It's like a similar mechanic, I think, but it's chewing. It's like using his teeth, just not.
Where you
Not just
not,
sucking.
yeah, so like, at the
Yeah.
tip of your nails, there's like the extra cuticle skin or whatever.
Yeah, okay.
Like on your fingertips.
No, it's not that.
I'm
It's
really,
like the
I'm really
actual
bad
finger.
at chewing that off, so
I
I
used
have
to-
a very similar thing.
If we're talking about,
Yeah.
like, I chew the inside of my cheeks. I have to consciously not do that, or I'll chew, like, all the skin off the inside of my cheekbone, of my cheeks.
Everybody has their own weird little thing.
Yeah, Andrew, Insaniac, what do you do? What's your
What's your
take?
anxiety filled?
Yeah, what's your anxiety?
I don't know. I've had my rage gaming moments, but I don't really have moments that like.
All right.
Wait.
So I'd said my most rage game moments. What's your most rage game moment?
Well, I've broken probably 2 controllers before.
I could see you solid and calm, staring red faced, and the controller just goes snap.
I've played games with him like For Honor, and I felt the rage. Yeah, see, he giggles because he knows. I felt the rage. Like
That game
you
was all
don't
about
hear
pulling
it,
that out.
and it'll be over. Like we're not even in the same room, and I'll feel it, and I'll just like.
Oh, scary.
It's almost like
just hearing the
Twilight.
gameplay. It's just like, oh my god, yeah, that game is like, the worst. Dead by Daylight though, I've broken my controller.
That also doesn't surprise me.
And I pitched the controller across the room. I completely like broke the the housing, and I tried to prefix it, didn't work. So I just...
So what about you, Sir Jeremy? The Irish Scottish pure white bled potato sack of rage.
The potato sack of rage.
Yeah, that's good.
I mean, that's pretty good.
Tell us, how many TVs have you broken?
Actually, you know, I don't do violence. When I was a little kid, I used to do violence, and then as I was growing up, I was using violence as an outlet to outsource my rage. And me and my mom had a conversation about that one day, about how if you use violence to outsource your rage, every time you get angry, you'll need violence. So I started doing other things, self-depreciating humor, making random like odd jokes, and then these are the levels. If I start going into self-depreciating humor, I'm starting to get annoyed. If I start to make like jokes about the situation, like specifically about certain situations, I'm starting to get angry. And then I'll go silent. That's the boiling point just before rage.
Usually I get really quiet and I don't say anything when I'm pissed off. It's like if I'm talking to you, you know I'm in a good mood.
And then rage is avoid me. Just fucking avoid me. Keep a 10-foot circle around me clear at all times.
I was gonna say, I think I've seen you at that point once.
I've seen it about once or twice like that in the kitchen. Steak day with a stupid customer fucking complaints.
Yeah, I don't do that anymore. I don't have to. I'm like so much better now. Like I also found like an inner zen in the last like month or so. I don't know, some kind of inner peace.
That's good.
That's good.
I've become unshakable, and it's amazing.
It's because we're getting older, sir. We deal with less.
I think so too.
We have the tolerance level for shit just goes down every year, and you're like, no.
It's like even the servers that normally like I thought hated me are even treating me nicer now because I've like.
You've got the
I don't know,
crazy
it's
eye,
weird.
dude. I can tell you as your friend, you've developed the crazy eye. Like, if you stare into your eyes too much, it's not... Yeah, you see the monster inside.
Great of you.
You know, I was already famous for 1,000-yard stare, but that's for another reason.
You've become
if it's
Edward Norton.
really slow and I'm unfocused, I just kind of zone out.
You've become Edward Norton, and you look in the eyes too long, you see a flash of green, and you're like, oh, I'm not
like,
fucking with you.
Otherwise, I'm just super nice guy until that flash of green, and then it's like, oh. Which is funny, because my eyes are green.
That's why I said...
I'm always angry.
That's why I said Jeremy's the barbarian. That's why I'm building, for viewers at home, I'm building a real-life one-shot for my birthday, which we will be streaming the day after. And I have Jeremy as a barbarian.
So yeah, I think I would be more of a barbarian.
Yeah, oh, totally. But you're definitely part barbarian. You have the rage.
Yeah, I'm a barbarian with the ability to smite you when you say that.
Barbarian rage!
How dare you tell me the truth?
I need to step away for just a second, guys. I'll be back in a sec.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
But yeah, what would be your most rage gamer moment then, Jeremy?
Rage gamer moment, eh?
Mm-hmm.
Fuck, I've got some pretty rage gamer moments.
I've heard some pretty bad disbelief ones. I don't think I've seen too.
I was the kid like when I played.
Yeah, I get some real angry of like, what the fuck just happened, right? Like I don't understand. You know when you die instantly sometimes?
Yeah.
Yep.
That shit makes me angry. Like Smite, for example. You're like, yeah, I'm like, I'll run out there and I'm gonna like fight with my team, and all of a sudden just like insta dead, and I'm just like, I can just feel it's not anger rage, but it's like it's a form of rage. Like, what the fuck was that?
Yeah.
We had when I used to play Dota with a couple of my friends.
I don't know if I'm impressed or disbelief.
We met this guy named Joe. That was his in-game name, and I've never met. Like, I thought I had bad gamer rage. This guy would literally scream at his computer. And we're like, how old are you, bro? And he's like, oh, I'm like 17. So he lived with his parents. And we can just sometimes, like, he would be like, he'd come on and be like, guys, I can't play Dota because it makes me mad. And we're like, why? What happened, Joe? Your mom get mad? She yell at you again? Because she'd come in, like, she'd scream at him to stop screaming. And I'm actually kind of sad I'm telling this story, but I'm going to finish it. One day, he's sitting in where he's screaming at Dota. Like, we're playing Dota, and he's screaming, and it's like 2 a.m. where I am. So I can only imagine it's late at night where he is. And all we hear, all 4 of us, is we hear a door swing open and slam in his mic, and we just hear, Joseph! And just the cuts. And he's disconnected from the game. And we don't see him for 2 weeks. So I hate laughing at it, but
it's
so
it's
good,
pretty
though.
funny.
How
It's
could you
that shit is
It's so
funny.
good.
Those moments are hilarious because everybody like waits for like that. Nobody speaks for about 10 seconds after
And
the
then
mic goes
everybody
in,
dies
just to make
laughing.
sure. And then you laugh because nobody, for some reason, it's like we don't want to
Make it
target
work.
that mom's ire, and like have them somehow like jump through our mics, right? So you got to give that like 10-second mom curse, like that chance to clear.
full Karen's been initiated on that side of the mic.
As you vicariously look at your doorway just to make sure your mom doesn't somehow like drive to your house and appear in your doorway. Like,
She's just as mad. This lady just called me from Colorado. What are you doing?
like, holy fuck!
Oh my god! So when I was 16, I was playing Diablo 2, and I tricked some guy into giving me his what's that fucking it's the Necromancer Bone Wand. It's the really, really rare one. It's worth 2 high runes. Anyway, doesn't matter. I get him to drop it. I take it, and this guy was like 20, and I'm 14. He told me he was going to
Sounds like it's
find.
supposed to be having ripped off.
He told me that he was going to search up my IP and call my house. And I'm like, go for it, dude. Fucking bullshit. I go to bed. An hour later, the phone starts ringing at 2 a.m. and my parents pick up. And my mom knocks on my door and says, there's a guy calling for you. And I'm like,
What?
and I explain what's going on to my mom. And she just turns the phone. She's like, you know, I'm going to call the cops because you're a pedophile. Just nothing. Gone. And my mom just laughs and she's like, and then she turns to me and goes, no video games for the next week. And I'm like, okay.
Wow.
That's gamer rage. Some guy looked up my IP back when they could and fucking called my house.
Wow.
Yeah. I still laugh
That's
about
crazy.
I had a similar thing, not quite that way though. I did it to myself. I like gave a person over because I was trying to party up more. My parents freaked the fuck out. It's just like I couldn't play RuneScape for like a week and a half.
That's where you went wrong the first time. You kept playing RuneScape. I gave up.
Well, it was my first time playing RuneScape. Back then, I used to. Be
My
a
buddy's
skater.
still addicted to that. Like, apparently the game is just keep going.
I got banned.
But they've updated it. Yeah.
You got banned? Please go on.
Oh yeah, I got banned because I used to scam people.
Oh yeah, yeah. They got hard on that.
You know those gold dudes that would sit in the bank and just offer you nothing? but
Yes.
Hopes and dreams.
Yes.
Yeah, that was me.
That's
And then I'd steal your
amazing.
shit and leave and go to a different server and do it again.
Dude, my one of my buddies, like on Diablo 2, I don't know if there was in RuneScape, but there was. You could go to separate sites and buy items. He bought a perfect paladin. Like he built his account and they gave him perfect items, which in Diablo 2 is insane. He had a perfect ethereal, perfect ethereal, indestructible, enigma, perfect ethereal, indestructible, Endarl's Visage. Like, Jeremy knows what I'm talking about. Like, these items are godly. Absolutely godly. Played for 3 days. Got bored of the game because there was nothing to do. And instead of giving anything to me, just made a free game. Like a free server, Jeremy, and just gave it all away for free.
Wow.
A perfect enigma. That's 30 high runes. He had a perfect Maras. That's 80 high runes. That's the highest value thing in Diablo 2. And just gave it away. And he spent $400 on this
I know
asshole.
people who were doing stuff like that in World of Warcraft. They got so bored with the game. They were literally earning... So they were starting new characters to earn these things and then selling them... Not even selling the characters. Like, they could have, but they were giving those characters away. And these characters would have, like, some of the most advanced things in the game.
See, but they worked for it. They didn't just pay
for
a
example,
site.
yeah, they know, like, for example, there's a Drake, so you have to go to the North Rend where the Lich King is. There's a Proto Drake. It's got a 0.0001% drop rate. Like, that this thing will even spawn. It spawns once a week when it does. And it only takes, like, a certain flight path that lasts for about 3 hours, and it's gone for the week. And you gotta, like, search this whole fucking area to go find it. And if you kill the thing, you automatically get the drop, right? They're going on, like, multiple characters, getting this thing, and then, like, just giving these characters away. But they're doing that with, like, multiple of these really hard creatures to find.
That makes sense. I mean, you could, look at EVE Online. The entire economy built out of that game.
EVE looks so good, though.
And,
the way they built that
but there's,
game.
like, entire...
So dirty,
there's actually entire corporations that are just in that game, but people have jobs that they get paid for in real money to do on EVE Online. It's that big. Like, and then when I remember reading it in the New York Times. Two giant corporations.
Can make subscription time as a job, and that's like a low-ranking position in some clans. Is they'll pay for your subscription time. Just to play.
But I don't know if you read it, but like in the New York Times, there was this 2 years ago, two companies went to war, and it caused I forget what they said. It was I'm gonna look it up.
It was a massive amount of real money.
Real money.
Yeah.
And that was because of the spaceships that they had lost.
Online.
I watched that fight. That fight was 8 to 10 hours or something like that.
It was quite a while. It was
they're constantly dropping these huge... It's crazy. The space battle on that is insane. It's literally like... You've never seen a sci-fi movie with this kind of combat in it. Like, think Starship Troopers... Like that last push on the planet with all of those spaceships.
300,000.
And that's just one clan.
So the clan that lost,
I think there was
lost.
There was 3 clans in that though, wasn't there?
So the one,
and then all of their sub clans.
So the one clan that lost and is completely wiped out, according to Wired, lost $300,000 in real money.
It's insane.
The rest of their earnings were split up against the 2 other clans that went against them. This was the largest clan in EVE at the time. That's insane.
Mm-hmm.
Like, to have
they own space stations and planets and shit, and then they got dissolved, and that left a huge hole in their economy. That these 2 other clans just started picking it all up.
But that's can you imagine?
It's crazy. I got a buddy who plays on console.
Imagine how mad you would be. You spent 10 years on this game, and you're the head of an actual corporation. It is how you make money at the end of the day. And then a bunch of people decide, you know what? No. Massive losses.
The part that comes with the game.
That's insane. I can't even begin to wrap my head around why people would want to do that.
You have that on survival servers like Rust, right? People get invested in making a whole base and shit.
But there's not real money tied to that.
I don't understand.
You can, though, if you really wanted to. But...
I mean, Sarah, it's just a time and investment, right? Well, how much has people's time worth? So, there are games like Clash of Clans and Fire Age.
Way more than any money.
People
yeah, right.
I fucking maxed a credit card out back when I was 20 playing Fire Age because I was part of it.
I've never maxed out a credit card.
Yeah, it was bad. It's why I didn't have one for so long. I had to pay.
I only maxed when I was buying a couch. That was practical.
I have this thing called an addictive personality.
Mm-hmm. You don't say.
I have a really bad time with this thing called moderation.
I do too. I understand that.
So when I get addicted to something, I kind of like mentally block out everything I'm losing. Like when I had a gambling problem, I lost like I don't want to go back to there. I lost lots of money
You don't
gambling.
want to go back to that sad rage?
Let's just yeah. Ugh. And the word no, you don't understand because you get mad because
This sounds like rage.
dude, you gamble. So like VLT, I'll tell you the basic VLT. So you put in your money, you win $20.
I understand
And-
gambling.
But like you get so mad when you lose your money because you're like, oh, it's supposed
I
to
don't
pay
gamble
out.
that much.
Well, when you get addicted, man, like you do not understand. Like I've seen truckers
I mean,
at my
if
bar.
you get addicted,
They
but I know what
punch.
you mean.
They punch the VLTs because they get so mad. I saw one guy throw 10 grand in a VLT, not get out a
Holy
dollar.
crap!
Yeah, and he got so mad, and like
That's insane.
Yeah, I've, the casinos are worse than that. You watch
Yeah.
people dump like $20,000 and shit into those
That's why you don't-
machines,
Can they just dump $20,000 into my
Gamble
pocket?
anywhere.
Can I have it?
right?
I'll do.
Oh,
You
that's
still think
right,
good
that's
that I
right.
run this?
Gambling.
Yeah, right.
Stocks.
just
That's a good gamble.
I'll buy some
I'll-
GameStop stocks.
Yeah.
I'll even give you $100 back. Like you give me the $20,000, and here you have $100. There, you.
no,
won
you say you
$100.
won. You won $100.
Yeah, I did blackjack once, and I'm like, all right, that was a waste of my time.
Yeah, but blackjack and poker, you could argue, is a skill game. So if you
Something,
lose,
yeah.
you lose.
Depends.
It's because you're not skilled enough at the table. When it's something like a video lottery tournament, there's no luck. There's no skill. It's all
right,
luck,
yeah.
and it's all you throwing your money away. Trust me, I'm so
I can imagine.
gambling. Yeah. Why are
Yeah,
all the
video
fun
game
things so
gambling
addictive
stuff
all the
doesn't usually turn
time?
out very good.
Can't there be something fun that isn't addictive? Is that possible?
No, I don't. I kind of think those things go hand in hand.
They really do.
I think
That's sort of how it works.
It depends on personality.
You just find something that's not going to destroy your life with the type of addictiveness it is.
There's always a new trend coming along somewhere.
Sarah, I don't want to have moderation.
I'm not saying to have moderation. I'm saying
I'm
pick
too
something
old for moderation.
when-
I just want to
I
blow
say
up
that
my
when you
body
take
before it's
something,
40.
intentionally choose what you're going to get addicted to, and choose something to bring happiness to you instead of destroying your life.
Why does it sound like John is going to fly too close to the sun one day?
I have flown to... Sir, I am the embodiment of Icarus, except I'm the Icarus that keeps trying. I have flown too close to the sun many times. Doesn't mean I won't get back up and try again.
Do it again.
Yeah. Think of Oedipus, man. I keep rolling that boulder up the hill.
Yeah, the whole wax didn't work the first time. Let's try feathers.
Yeah, feathers. Ah, burned again. Ah, okay.
Yeah, burned again, right?
Rocket fuel?
Ah, secret.
Secret to flight. This time.
The secret to another plane of existence, that's for sure.
Oh no.
Patrick. Now he's a professor.
So yeah. What about... So Sarah, coming back to you, since you left us for a bit.
Yeah.
What, let's just still going back to the topic of rage. What, I'll start and then I'll go to you.
Okay.
My biggest pet peeve that instantly hits my rage button: people exactly like me. I mean, you guys
I
know
believe
that.
it.
But I cannot stand people
Can you
like it's,
elaborate further?
So I have a certain personality type, and I know my personality type. I do. And I hate it. I can deal with myself because I don't realize it, but when I meet someone who, especially when people tell me they're just like me, and then I see myself in them, I just hate them more. I can't stand them, and they just push my buttons.
There can only be one.
Like, yeah, and it's like the biggest one is, I guess the biggest aspect to that is I can't stand people who don't give me time to talk, because I like to talk, and so when they talk over,
What? Really?
yeah, it's bad. But
This
no,
whole thing doesn't just exist for the fun of it. It's because you like to talk.
So
Yes.
Couldn't see that going.
No, but I just don't like my personality type. I really don't like people who really remind me of me. It really pisses me off, especially lazy people. Because I can be, I pick and choose when I'm lazy, although not always, but when I do. Or people who can't pick up on social cues. That drives me nuts.
And that one's funny because there's a whole brain disorder around that.
Yeah.
I know.
There's a lot of people who can't pick up on social cues, and it is absolutely no fault of their own.
I know. That's why I have to control myself a lot. But moving over to Sarah. Pet peeves.
What do you want to know?
What is your biggest rage button?
My biggest rage button is people treating kids badly. Treating kids like they are less worthy of being treated like humans, really. And I encounter it really often. Not really often in schools and stuff, but I encounter it really often with other Christians, and that makes me so angry because that is so not how we should be acting.
Is that not what the Bible teaches? Beat thy child?
It is not.
Spare the rod.
Not even a little.
Hand, beat the rod.
No. But it just makes me really, really angry.
Andrew, it's more, or Insanieac, it's more spare the rod, use the priest.
You don't want to beat your rod? Let me tell you.
There's something about lotions and hoses.
I want to get down on my knees and start pleasing Jesus.
I'm a pretty big fan of little kids and had quite a bit to say about how to treat them. So.
Well, I think I kind of know that. I don't know why.
Always use your backhand so you don't leave bruises. That's what he said.
All right, moving over to Insanieac. What's your biggest pet peeve? What drives you up the wall?
I think for me, the one when I was a kid, it still kind of bugs me, but not that much anymore. I used to hate it when people said you have to do this. I would go out of my way to not do it.
You don't like being told what to do?
I don't mind being told what to do, but when someone makes it a point of that this has to be done, it's more of a point of just watch how much it doesn't have to be done.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I could see that backfiring you as a kid so hard.
A couple of times.
Oh yeah? I'll do this first.
There were a lot of moments where that came up. A lot of times it was usually more in school. And I was smart enough that didn't really matter. I told off a couple of teachers who thought they could overextend their shit, and be like, well, it's great. I don't need to do that. And I just leave.
You sound like you sound like as good as it was to teach me. Because I remember teachers telling my parents that they're just passing me because they can't deal with me.
I believe that.
I just had no patience for teachers that weren't interested in just teaching you. I could appreciate maybe having a friendship or trying to be personable, but when they tried to get really fucking antsy and get up in your personal business about it, then it's yeah, well, I don't care.
I was old enough that this is before they started testing kids for social disorders, but I've had a few people tell me that I have ADHD, and I would have been
have it, but I never got it.
And I would have been diagnosed with it because of the way I acted in school. I just never listened, but I was hyper intelligent, so I would flaunt it. There's a lot of things, but
yeah, I would listen. It was just to that point of where it was tested.
In all honesty, John, there's a few things I could have you seeing, and if they had tested you for stuff, they probably would have diagnosed you with ODD.
Probably something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just never liked anyone trying to push the I pretty much tell you what to do kind of thing, or that, I control you or some shit like that. And that was never in my interest. And my dad used to try to tell me I should join the military, and I'm like, it's not going to be a good idea.
I think you would have done great.
Maybe.
Or just completely worse.
No, you would have come out the same. You just would have been buff.
Or better.
You would have been buff.
Yeah.
You would have been super buff. The exact same. Because trust me, I know a lot of guys went to the military. all it does is teach you how to regiment your life. And they're, especially in Canadian, they don't really break you mentally like they do in the States, unless you go higher up. So it's more just they regiment your life, and then they make you buff. They work with your skills, too. So, like, they do aptitude tests, and they do different technical tests. So, like, if you were really good with programming, like, or cooking, they put you in the military cooking school, or they put you in the military digital program. Like, it's actually, like, I know quite a few people in the military, so I would never knock it. It's actually a really good avenue if you don't know what to do with your life and you're lacking structure. Because they will diagnose you for mental illnesses, and they will have a great healthcare plan, especially in Canada. They will let you grow as you want, and they will work with you. You will go to boot camp for a summer, which
younger
sucks.
who felt like they had authority issues. It didn't seem like a good idea to put more authority in that way.
That's true. But nowadays, like, you're still, like, until you hit 28, you can go to the reserves and just do a reserve training. Which is cool. It's a great thing on your resume. And it's kind of like free camp.
Not really.
And I mean, I've seen a lot of military guys on Twitch and on YouTube streaming now. Like, they've become really lax on that. Like, while on base. It's pretty cool, actually.
Yeah, while on base, yeah.
Yeah, it's actually pretty awesome. So you could, like, go cook for military guys and go stream and... Well, just a thought. I mean, I don't want to force you to do anything.
Until the one day, like, you're gaming, buddy, all of a sudden you hear, "Oh shit!" and his stream goes out. And you're like,
not for me.
Okay. And then last and the easiest, Jeremy. What's your biggest pet peeve?
Stupid people.
Do you want to elaborate? I want you to.
I used to say the same thing.
Is there any particular type of stupid people?
No.
Ones who do it on purpose.
Oh, okay, yeah. That's
How are we friends
Ones
then?
that you know they have intelligence and, like, fucking hate stupid people.
Wait, how are we friends?
Tell me more.
I know
They
why.
drive me
I keep
insane.
you entertained, that's why.
Probably. You're less stupid and more
So,
insane.
no, like, I think, no, like, actually, like, belligerently stupid probably drives me insane. I guess the best way to explain that would be, yeah, like here, I'll give you a complaint. We got an order of potato skins. They wanted no meat in it, and then they complained when it had no bacon.
Yes, I've had those.
No.
Bacon's not meat. They wanted the simulated stuff, obviously. They wanted the corn simulated bacon, Jeremy. Oh, God. How could you not know?
Clearly.
It's
Clearly.
clear, easily.
Too wet.
Did someone actually say that?
Yes, I had this exact complaint 2 days ago, and it was.
How?
I just stopped and I looked at the server, and I'm like, "Can you like?"
That
I
place
just
is
kind of like
special.
took a breath, and I'm like,
The coach was special for
"Can you
that, Jeremy.
explain
I'll
to
be
the
honest.
person that like, yeah, no, this place sometimes
That was
the
like-
Soup is
I've
wet.
had the weirdest ones pretty much
So we
always
have an
there.
old folks home that's down the block, and my mom's like, "Old folks don't complain." I'm like, "They do if they
Yeah,
need
they
attention."
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so the good thing about owning my restaurant and bar is when people complain when I'm on shift, if the complaint is valid, they'll never see me. If the complaint is invalid, have been told by my dad and others that I need to keep my voice down. Because it very clearly rings out through the restaurant, are they fucking stupid and stuff. And the best thing is, the truckers love it. There are truckers who will be like, "Oh, you pissed off Jonathan. What did you do?" No, you shouldn't do that. You should just be honest, bro.
I can see that.
And then
I love it.
it's good. It's nice. I've built up a rapport.
I've had those. I've said those before.
But I do make mistakes, and when I do, I correct them and don't say anything. But when I get something back that's stupid like that, Jeremy, I have to be careful because it carries. And all the truckers know.
It's too soggy because I dipped it in an au
So
jus.
funny.
You sorry, what was that?
My beef dip is too soggy because I dipped it in au jus.
What?
Oh, my favorite is
So our last one, actually, and we got this one 2 days before that, was the beef dip was dry and that the au jus was burnt. My boss, like, comes up, he, like, takes a spoon and he comes over and, like, sips some of the au jus and he's like, oh, that's so burnt. Just kind of, like, stares at the both of us and just kind of, like, walks by, like, awkwardly. He's like, I seen him head out towards like the front area, and I'm like, uh-oh.
The complaints are coached for a special breed. I've never had the stupidest complaints I've had, but I've had dumb allergies other places, but complaints, the dumbest ones I've ever heard. I swear, man.
Jeremy, what did you just say?
Pizza with too much cheese.
Oh my goodness. There's no such thing.
Dude, it's the one thing I don't...
we proceeded to make a second one where he sprinkled, like, almost none on there, and she still complained.
Yep.
It was still too much cheese.
Oh.
People are the worst.
So what she wanted was no cheese.
Or you make a dinner, and they send it out, or this was my favorite. I want over easy eggs. I make them over easy. They're too runny.
You will never get eggs right.
And they're like, and I'm like, okay, I make her a new set of eggs. I cook them a bit more.
Yeah, we did that at Beltliner.
Too runny. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, what do you...
we did that one together.
And then they're like...
And
then she's like... And then she describes it to my server. She's like, I want it so it's just a little runny. I'm like, you want over medium?
Medium. Yeah, the medium.
Oh my god! Oh, I hate it. I hate it so much.
Steak
battle.
The steak battle.
Yeah, I want medium rare. No, you want medium. No, I want medium rare. You don't know what medium rare is.
I had this woman that was like, she wanted a medium well, and kept saying she wanted the perfect medium rare, and she'd keep returning them until she got the perfect one. And I cooked her a medium well every single time, and she said it was so good until she had to pay her bill, and then it was subpar at best.
Yep. That's always it.
On a steak special night too.
Oh man, I've had $6. There was one guy. We'll end on this because we're approaching the 45-minute mark. So there was one guy a couple years ago at my restaurant, ate everything on the plate, and then complained that it was burnt, it was disgusting, it was the worst, it was cold, and he wasn't going to pay for it.
Burnt and cold, impressive.
My server was about to let him walk, and I walked out and said, so what did you think? He's like, this, and I'm like, that's good. And I looked at his plate, I'm like, so where is it? And he's like, well, I ate it. I'm like, good, then you pay for it. And he just looked at me and he said, what? And I said, yeah, you ate the food, you pay for it. If you didn't eat it, sir, I would let you walk right out and I would throw it right out. But you ate it. I don't care what you say to me. You're not getting a discount. You're paying my server and you're leaving.
Yeah, if you wanted a better meal, you should have said something.
So mad. I was so mad. Like, and that's not a single case. It happens so often. And these guys, like I love the truckers, they're great, but they're just such assholes sometimes. And like one guy, this is a different story. One guy hates the women that works there. He does not like being served by any woman. And he comes in, he plays the VLTs. One day he's sitting down in the restaurant, and I know who he is. And he's talking about the bartender right now. Oh, she's such a cunt. What a fucking bitch. It's my mom.
Oh.
And I go to him and I'm like, so what do you think? And he just says it to me. I'm like, all right, you're paying your bill and you're leaving. And he's like, why? And he's like, what would you do? And I say this to him. What would you do if some guy came in and said, your mom's a fucking cunt bitch and I fucking hate her? He's like, I'd fucking knock him out. And I looked at him, I was like, and I can't knock you out, but I can ask you to fucking leave. And he just threw $20 on the table and just looked at me stone-faced and walked out. And I'm like, and then I heard him later talking to some truckers, like, yeah, no, that's her son. And just did not see him for a month. And then a month later, he asks for me, so I come out and he apologizes. I'm like, don't apologize to me. You go apologize to my mom. And he did, and everything's fine now. But like, you want to talk about rage? Like,
Wow.
imagine walking out and hearing someone talk about your mom that way. And then I just sat down and said, what would you do if someone said this about your mom to your face? And he's like, I'd punch him out. I'm like, exactly. But I'm asking you to leave.
I'm just asking you to leave.
Yeah. let's be clear here. What you've done and how I feel.
Now that we've set the bar here, time for you to go.
Anyway,
That's
on that
insane.
note,
Why?
anyone want to
Don't
add
be a
anything?
jerk.
Don't be a jerk.
Don't
No
be a
reason
jerk.
for
But
it.
rage is good. Rage
Don't
is
do
good.
murder.
We're all
eat a burger.
stuck on this spinning ball of dust together. Like, shit.
Exactly.
If you're
So
gonna be
nice to
mad,
people around you.
go do what Insanieac does and go punch frozen things in a freezer.
Yes.
Don't do murder. Eat a burger.
I like the punch frozen things in a freezer. Punch frozen things
I
in a
like the
freezer.
rhyme. I'm a fan of the rhyme.
I like punch frozen things.
I heard it watching other streams, so.
Insaniac, we're gonna. Oh fuck! I'm gonna edit this and I'm gonna have that show up right over the stream. Insane words of Insaniac. If you're in a
Don't
rage,
do murder, punch a burger.
We're insane.
Burger.
go. Yeah, don't do murder, punch a burger. Go into a freezer and punch some frozen boxes. Words of wisdom.
Yep. Words of wisdom.
Those are the best words of wisdom yet. That being said, I was C4.
Trademarks.
As always, I
Where
was
is
with.
C4? Are you no longer C4? Did you explode?
He was.
I mean, I could explode
formerly,
right now.
Formerly known as.
And always
Oh
with
dear.
Sir Jeremy in the background, accompanied with Insanieac and Sara Vike. You can always follow Insanieac at Twitch TV/Insanieac. It's just his name, Insanieac. And
No,
on
not quite
Facebook.
we have
Insaniac.
YouTube.
Look for the E.
look for Insanieac or the Villains Talk Show if you want to find older episodes. We do one-shots on Wednesdays. If you want to be in our one-shots, just comment and
No, we
subscribe.
don't. We do one-shots on Sundays. Don't
Sorry,
we?
one-shots. Yes, I
He's
know.
lying to you.
I read the.
Yep.
It says down here. I'm pointing down. It says down here.
You're lying.
If
Right.
you want to
Since
be
we
on
do
the show,
one-shots on Wednesdays, that's wrong.
if you want to be on the show,
Everyone
just
wants
follow us and comment, and we'll bring you on the show. That's our whole shtick. Is we like to bring on people who watch because, that's what we do. And yeah, now I'm rambling, and I could ramble on forever. And la 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 la. Hey, everybody. Ready for your ears to die?
In the stream, right?
Alrighty then.
No way, it's the Villains Talk Show.
It's the Villains Talk Show. Thank you for coming. Making up songs as the end.